what's up? And welcome to another episode of Los Chingones. Angelo Ferrer here, your co-host.
Mexican Ninja, fresh off the couch.
Nice. And he'd like to make it clear he is not the guy on the couch. Okay?
No.
He's not the guy on the couch. He's the guy who sometimes occupies his own couch, and he pays good money for that couch, and he wants to make that very clear.
I also paid good money for the margaritas that put me there.
So we're gonna open up. A little bit of housekeeping. Ding dong, housekeeping.
Want me fluff pillow?
A little bit of housekeeping. We're gonna be reducing the show down to once a month until further notice. If any of you want once a week, hey, put it in the comments. Say we want more of your mierda once a week, and we will do it for you. But otherwise than that, we're gonna go down to once a month, and until someone requests for more. That's about it. Anything you want to add?
Taco Tuesday is currently on quarantine as of now.
Well, we'll still have Taco Tuesday. It'll just be once a month. With that being said, it's time for our story time. I don't think I told you about this one, man. So as you know, I live in Japan and I teach English. I teach ESL. Believe it or not, I teach ESL. Kind of a coincidence that English is also my second language, but I teach it too. Now,
that's ESSSL.
And I had this Japanese grad student come in. The dude's always fucking tired because he works 12 hours and then does 8 hours of classes and sleeps for an hour and then decides that's the time he's going to come in for an English lesson. So he's always like, hello, Mr. Nakamura. Are you ready to learn some English? A walking zombie. So at one point I'm like, dude, I gotta get some sort of reaction out of this dude. So I'm like, I'm gonna tell him a story. I'm gonna have to give him his own little story time. It's like a story time within a story time. So Mr. Nakamura, let's go into the rabbit hole. Here we go. The conejo hole. Let's go.
Peel back the layers.
So Mr. Nakamura sits down. And the object of the lesson was reactions. I'm like, fuck. I have to teach this guy how to react in English. He doesn't even react in Japanese. The dude's just like... So I'm like, all right, cool. Well, let's see if I can get him to react. So the story I told him was this one. Now we're gonna go flashback. Okay, so I'm an English teacher now, but a long time ago I was a tow truck driver. We talked a little bit about that, and I was moving a forklift from one company to another company, and before I go to pick up this forklift, I bump into this Chinese guy who paid me to pick up the forklift, and he told me in really broken English, "I'm gonna send my technician." I'm like, "Your technician?" "Yeah, yes, my technician. You look, watch here." And he calls a guy, and this Guatemalan walks up. He's like, "Oh, see, I'm the technician."
The triple threat, dude.
And I'm like, "Oh, this kid. I don't like where this is going, but all right, whatever. Okay, technician, vámonos." Let's go.
So, wait a minute. Was he included in the price of the forklift, or?
No, his job was he was the technician who was going to help me move. No. He's the operator. He's supposed to drive the forklift. I was like, I'm not driving no forklift. I'm not a forklift operator. I drive a tow truck. I'm not driving no forklift. And he's like, "Oh, don't you worry. I have technician. Technician, come." And see. Right. At first, he was just going, he goes, yes. I'm like, "Está bien, puede hablar español." "Yo hablo español." Oh, sí, vamos. I'm like, all right. So he's like, "Oh, nice. You speak Spanish, finally." So like, all right, Mr. Technician, let's go. So we get to it to pick up the forklift, and I park my truck, and it's this really giant hill, and it was so steep that my truck couldn't go up. It was like my truck, it was a 4x4, but it was just too heavy and too steep of a hill. So I said, all right, you're going to have to bring the forklift down from up there. You have to drive the forklift down the hill. He's like, "Oh, don't worry. I got it. Don't worry." I'm like, all right, cool. Sounds good. So I'm waiting, and all of a sudden I hear, and I see he's got classic, man, wearing the cowboy hat, flying down. And I was like, oh fuck, because like if he was gonna do this right, he had to put it in first gear and like slowly go right, and that's what he was supposed to do. But apparently, he decided to just bust the thing down in neutral and just fucking free roll 2-ton forklift. And like I'm like fuck, because I already set up my tow truck like this, and he's coming down. I'm like, oh shit, he's gonna fucking he's gonna Evel Knievel and fucking fly off into the sunset. And I'm like, oh no, I don't want to be responsible for killing the technician. So he goes and like last minute. He's having a great time. He's got this giant right? The fucking technician. So he's flying down. And then the oh shit moment, I was already going like, shit, párate, ponlo en primera, put the first gear. And he can't hear me. And he decides like, okay, I'm going to hit the brakes now. He's like, he's like, look at his face. Like he's laughing at me because I'm freaking out. And I see the oh shit face when he tries to hit the brake and nothing happens. He's like,
he slows down.
And you see him, and he's like hitting the brake and it's not fucking slowing down. I'm like, oh no! And then he fucking turns it and he goes boom, boom. Like, oh no! I couldn't watch. I closed my eyes, and when it was all done, the forklift flipped over, and luckily he was still inside. And he was trapped inside. So, and I'm like, oh shit, I gotta get this forklift out of it. And the craziest thing that happened, okay, we're out in the middle of Fallbrook. You know, Fallbrook's in the middle of nowhere. One of those roads in between, middle of nowhere. For those of you that don't know, in the middle of fucking nowhere. But out of the fucking nowhere, out of the bushes, 5 more Mexicans jump out. And they all start trying to help pick up the forklift. I'm like, I don't know where these guys came from, but I'll take it.
They heard the call, the Mexican distress call.
So they're trying to like muscle it up. I'm like, no, here, just muscle it a little bit. We all muscle it up. I throw in a jack and we pick it up. We get the guy out. We call an ambulance. He was okay. He broke a leg. Oof. And yeah. So I told this story, this great story, and the whole time when I'm done, the Japanese student. Did you catch all that? What do you think of the story?
Is this thing on?
Is this thing on?
Hello.
So when I'm done with work, my manager is like, so I try to accentuate. It was a forklift. So after I'm done with my shift, all the teachers, like, okay, everyone, all the clients leave, and all the teachers look at me like, Angelo, a forklift. So apparently my coworkers got a good time on that story time more than the client did.
Should just busted a Seinfeld. What is the deal with the forklift?
The little curly head bob that Gringo Chad does to do.
I love his "is this thing on" face.
I know. And that wraps up story time. It's time for this week's Chingazo. What's up? And welcome to this week's Chingazo. I'm your host, Angelo Ferrer, and your co-host,
Mexican Ninja, once again.
So, earlier I was talking to the ninja here about how he spent some money on margaritas, and I spent some fine yen on some Captain Morgan and had it imported over to my house here in Japan. But I was a bit disappointed when it got here. I can't believe that they fucking put Captain Responsible on my Captain Morgan. That is the exact opposite of what I am when I drink Captain Morgan, and I think it's very irresponsible for them to label it this way.
That's like buying a bottle of Carolina Moonshine and have it say liberal on it.
When has anybody done anything responsible after drinking a bottle of Captain? It's like, oh, There's a bottle of Captain. I better go do my taxes now. Excuse me.
Yeah. Let me responsibly drive down the street.
There's a bottle of Captain. Let me go drive a forklift real quick down a hill.
I'm sorry, Ossifer, but the bottle said responsible. I thought I was doing the right thing.
It told me to do something responsible, so I figured I'd go do my lawn. And your neighbor's like, what the fuck are you doing in my house?
It's his backyard.
Get out of my yard.
Who mows the lawn in their underwear anyway?
Cops are like, look at, sir, you need to get out of the lawn, sir. And now it's time for our top bits. All right, so bit number 1. A Greek friend of mine was jumping on Facebook and he said, some people believe COVID-19 is a hoax. And I'm unfriending those people. I'm imagining he said this with a Greek accent, so it must have sounded very sexy. Some people believe COVID-19 is a hoax, and I am unfriending those people because I can't tolerate stupidity. My literal response, I commented on his page. I was like, I'm Puerto Rican. My friends are American. I have to tolerate stupidity because I love them.
Hey, this is America, and we have a right to be stupid.
Hey, it's your freedom of choice, and if you do, I just want to let you know I love you anyway.
Our pursuit of happiness is the right to be stupid within our own space. But if we become stupid within the community, all of a sudden we're criminals. So.
And don't worry, if you're stupid on Facebook, the worst thing I'll do is give you a heart. Or I can give you a heart ramble style.
Care emoji.
You know you're in the wrong mental space if you're almost 40 and you're still calling people dog and homie. You know what I'm talking about, homie?
You know what I mean, G?
You know what I mean, G?
That's just a byproduct of growing up in the 90s, man. Everybody was doing it.
Yeah, everybody was doing it. It was cool back then, just like high fives. You don't want to be that guy now, though. Wash your hands, homie.
Yeah, exactly. Where's your mask, dog?
And who knew that wearing a mask would become a trend even for white people because of COVID-19, right? You know, I used to laugh when I'd watch movies and a white guy would put on a hoodie to avoid being caught by the cops. Because if I put on a hoodie, the cops would shoot my brown ass thinking I'm the killer they're looking for.
You couldn't even put on a polo and khakis without getting shot because they think you stole that shit.
Yeah, no shit. And whatever you do, don't go jogging a little too fast. Where are you going? Where are you going? Hey, where are you going?
Yeah, they're not going to harass a bunch of white kids in hoodies at the McDonald's using it as their ghetto hangout.
Yeah, you know, it's kind of crazy how, you know, white folk are really revolting. And I was reading on the news about how, you know, they're wearing their masks now because the cops won't give them shit for it in their hoodies, and they're tearing down statues and getting all wild in America. And I guess this kind of brings us into our top headline. In Britain, apparently, British protesters threw Prince Philip into a river after mistaking him for a racist statue. And the funniest shit is that he really does look like a racist statue.
Where are you going, boy?
He's got that angry white man face. Like, why are there so many brown people everywhere?
I think that's the face he made when he saw Queen Elizabeth naked for the first time by accident. Good Lord, Mother! How dare you! I thought someone was cooking bacon.
Those are some flappy flapperjacks. And that brings us to our top memes. Our first meme is from the good old-fashioned show Murray. I learned all my dance moves from the paternity test episodes of Murray. You're not the father!
Oh, paternity two-step. Dude. Oh. The real father's backstage moonwalking away. I'm out. I gotta go. This is one that I put up for the LOL Lounge Facebook page. This is where my mind goes sometimes, and this was literally me the other day. You ever sit at a stop sign waiting for the light to turn green? Shaking my head. I'm over there checking my phone, fixing the navigation. Oh, still got some time. Oh,
people are honking behind you. Beep, beep.
yes.
Beep. You really realize when the person behind you just they turn green.
Yeah. Move it, puto.
Órale. And our next meme is a little bit of a dad joke, but I liked it. Here we go. If you were ever wondering how to tell the difference between a crocodile or an alligator, you can tell by paying attention whether the animal sees you later or in a while.
Hey, they forgot about the one that came and went.
So I was perusing the internet, and I Googled most ineffective masks by mistake, and then Google ads started popping up while I was scrolling through Facebook, and this gem showed up. Nobody. Google ad.
Yeah.
Now, like, this is definitely a close first for the most ineffective mask, and it's between this and Alyssa Milano's crocheted masks. I don't know which one is more ineffective, but so it's pretty bad. It would make a great samurai mask, though. Like, if you were just doing a cosplay thing, you're just missing the giant helmet, and you had this. That works. But if you're trying to use this to avoid catching a disease, no.
I could see this mask. Well, Alyssa Milano's too being popular within the sex worker community. So
yeah. And then someone
you're
jumped
still
in.
Gonna get a disease though.
Someone jumped in and tried to get really correct with me and said, "That's to massage your face." I'm like, "Well, what the fuck is this for?"
Yeah, I guess on higher.
I guess the hole's open so I can help massage your face.
Well, it's a very thorough job. Crank it up to 12, honey.
Let me help you brush your teeth while I'm at it.
Oh.
And that wraps up our weekly Chingazo. Catch you all next week.
Or not. Maybe.
Or not.
In a month.
Not.
Who knows?
In a month.
We'll see.
Who knows? We'll see you next time. That wraps up another episode of Los Chingones.
Yeah.
We'll catch you all next time. Peace. Oh, peace. Did you know that in Australia, this means fuck you?
Oh, well, you know what?
You know what, Australia?
Everything's upside down there, remember? Oh,
these are two clams going at it. Catch y'all later. You know you're in the wrong menstrual space.
Menstrual space?
You know you're in the wrong menstrual space if you find yourself starting jokes and bits off with menstrual space.
That is the aura around your significant other once a month. If you enter the menstrual space,
get some tampons.
Have some chocolate.
And some tampons. Sit down, watch The Notebook for the 50 billionth fucking time, and calm your tits. All right.
The power of Christ compels you. The power of Christ compels you. I'm within the menstrual space. I'm cutting all radio communications.
I'm in my menstrual space. Leave me alone. This is...